want to have, right?
Mm.
But one of the things that they were having a conversation about was the wife said, she is in a new season of her life where she have to put herself first.
Okay.
Right? And he just have to understand that. So my question is, what do you think about that statement right there?
I'm just a D girl from around the way with a whole lot of shit to say. It's your girl, KD.
What up, though? You know who it is. Your boy, Coach DTM, aka Pure Motivation. I am Mr. Energy. Everybody love me. I don't have one enemy. Our podcast is here now, so you gotta respect it. You never get off on us because we're never the exit. If you know me, then you know that I'm more than a savage who loves living life and is allergic to average. So in conclusion, so there's no confusion. If you see somebody realer than us,
it's an illusion.
Talk about it. What's happening?
What's up, y'all? I'm the wife.
And I'm the husband.
And welcome to Marriage Materials. How are you, DTM?
Man, great, man. Great. Excited. Ready to help somebody. Let's get it in. You know what I mean?
We're going to try to help.
Got some experiences to share with y'all. Let's go.
What our other podcasts say? We're therapists, not therapists.
Yeah, thorough.
We're therapists.
Thorough.
All right. So I got a question.
Talk about it.
What do you do if your spouse doesn't believe in your vision enough to help support it financially?
To me, I think that's more of a show and tell, right? I think when you get a vision, when you get a goal, when you get something that you just know you're supposed to do, it's not really for everybody else to get it right away. But if they see how invested you are, right, and they see something happening with it, I believe that they will get on board shortly. You know what I mean? And it depends on the spouse too, or the person that you with at the time. You know what I mean? Like, they just gotta feel it. They gotta feel that you're serious about something. Yeah, I see a lot of people who start and stop often, and you can't really expect somebody to get behind or start and stop like that. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna like it again for the next 3 months, and then he done or she done. Kind of like New Year's resolutions and going to the gym. You know,
right? So I was gonna say that, like, I think it's based on how many times have I previously supported your visions and your whatever get rich quick schemes, and ultimately it continues to cost us money, or it continues to put financial burden on the family supporting your 127th vision. So I was watching a movie. This movie was so crazy, y'all. If you have not seen The Family That Prays, maybe you should.
Little plug. Shout.
I know, but it was crazy. Shout out to Sanaya. Sanaya Lathan was hella cold-hearted in that movie.
TP, talk to us.
But her husband wanted to start what is words, bro?
Construction. I got you. Construction.
Okay, yeah, company. And she had damn near $300,000 in the bank, but she didn't support this vision. She said, "I'm so tired of your get rich quick. I'm not giving you no more money." Which this time it did end up blowing up, but we've seen it in other movies. Acrimony, like, she was supporting his vision to the tune of losing her mom's house. But you know what I'm saying? That's what I think that matters, right? If okay, let's say DTM want to open a ice cream parlor, and I come into some money and boom, we open this ice cream parlor. 60 days later, you're like, I don't really want to do ice cream no more. And you close the doors on it. Bro, we just put our whole life savings in there. What are you doing?
And that's the thing. I believe, like, you got to see the sacrifice from the person whose vision it is too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you giving up? If the biggest thing you're doing is coming to me and saying, "Hey, give me
some money?
Can you finance this for me?" That's not a sacrifice. You're not trying to do nothing. I always tell people all the time, like, I am not down to do. I'm down to help, but I am not down to do. And at the moment that I feel like I'm just doing and it's not helping, like I'm not helping, I'm doing, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? And that's
I
just
do, I did, I'm done.
I'm done. I do, I did, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I think that's a big thing right there too. Just it's gotta be equal sacrifice, and it's your vision, so your sacrifice got to be even more.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So if I'm asking you for 50,000, babe, listen, I just need 50,000. I already have 75. It costs
Mm-hmm.
125 to get it off the ground.
Yeah.
Then you like, okay, I can see that, because the more I put into it, the more I'm gonna work so that I don't fail. But if you just keep doing it for me, it's kind of like people who pay for their kids to like go to school or just pay for anything for the kid. The kids don't respect it as much until they start paying for it themselves.
That's true.
So you see how much people value like their own stuff when it come out of their pocket.
That's
When they
true.
got my older son got a baby now, and he looking at the money like, hold on, okay, let me get this for the, you know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah.
sacrifice is a little different now because I'm invested in this now. You know, so
Well,
I think with
3 of our sons have.
yeah, all kind of at the same time, like
Back to, but I
literally,
will say with our oldest son, he was definitely more. I feel like our third oldest, I feel your junior.
yeah,
I feel like he's always been conscious about money.
yeah,
Our oldest son definitely always been like the flashy kid, but like you said, now that he got a baby, he
scale
like
back a little bit.
I could buy 2 Rolexes. I'm just gonna buy one because she needs some shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I see what you're saying in that aspect, and it's just like with him, like he want to start doing car wraps, and now that we see him buying the equipment to do the car wraps, yeah, I might throw you a couple dollars for
yeah.
you
Even
know
in support don't necessarily come with
it
finances too.
don't.
It could be like support.
I could let
Support
you
could be
wrap my
like,
car.
yeah, or it could be like, let me tell people about the business, right?
Yeah.
You don't even want to tell the person about nothing that you can see that this person's not really
So
invested.
I'm a firm believer in that. If I don't support it, I'm not gonna. If I myself wouldn't invest, or and when I say invest, like you said, that means support. So
Right,
if I myself wouldn't let you do my nails, I'm not telling other people to come get your nails done because I feel like your word is your bond and your word is powerful.
right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? Like we record. Shout out to Padre Voice Studio. If we didn't like it here, I'm not gonna tell somebody else to come here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jamie. But if he was a dickhead, he like the coolest dude ever, guys. But if he was a dickhead, I'm like, yeah, I'm not having nobody else come here because then that make you look like a dickhead,
Yeah,
right? Because why did you tell me to come here?
yeah.
You know what I
Or
mean?
and even on the flip side, we wouldn't send nobody to Jamie
Who was a
that,
dickhead,
yeah,
right?
because he gonna be like, wait, y'all connected?
Why would
Like
y'all why would y'all do this?
birds of a feather.
Check it. So the shout out to Miss Love. She been doing
Hey,
our hair for
age just kicked in when you hit check it. Go ahead.
oh my bad.
Go
My age
ahead.
really about to kick in. So Miss Love been doing my hair for over 20 years,
Talk about it.
right? She actually does both of our hair. She actually started doing your hair,
Okay, there we go. Talk about it.
and then she started doing my hair. But
I bring good people into our relationship.
you
You
do.
notice that
Shout out
they
to
like
you.
stick.
Shout out to you. So my coworker, my old coworker, she don't even work with me no more. But she like, oh, who do your hair? So I gave her Miss Love information, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, my coworker is a dickhead. So when she was telling me about it, I apologized to her. I said, bro, but you don't know people.
Yeah.
I don't know this lady outside of work, right? I
Right.
just know her at work. And she's older. She's an older lady. Like she's older than me. She got kids my age. So how was I to know that she's a dickhead, right? Well, she is. So Miss Love no longer does her hair. But it's like, I ain't know.
But side note, I love when people um respect their own morals enough to say, I know you're paying, but I don't want your money. I'm straight.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's a big one because I feel like in this day and age, people just want the money. So
that's true.
they'll still do it even though they hate you. I mean, it's kind of like going to a job you hate. You know what I'm saying? Same
But
thing.
when you work for yourself, you probably make it a habit be a not to allow it to be a job you hate, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, you paying me, but you making this hour, 2 hours miserable, I'm good. You keep your little $45, $50.
Yeah, I don't really, I don't know what styles 45, 50 these days, but
It's not, but I'm just saying, whatever it is, it's like
haircuts is $45, $50 now.
nothing you paying me is worth my sanity.
Yeah, most
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying?
Yeah,
So even if it's $100, you keep it. I'm good.
I mean,
I put somebody else in the slot. Because one
look
thing
at
about my girl, she be booked and busy. She never needed a client.
we stopped supporting artists because of their behavior.
You were
So
absolutely right. And will again.
a big, very well known artist, and was like, oh, okay, and literally. This person fell off the face of the earth to us now. You know what I'm saying?
And did.
They're not in not now piece of algorithm that they're
You
in.
know what's crazy? You know how people be like, I don't care if you stop supporting me, it ain't gonna make or break me. My lack of support is not meant to make or break you. It's meant for me
Not to break.
not to break. Exactly. Because guess what? Know where I am can your music be played.
Yeah.
I turned off your music in somebody else's house. Hey yo, turn it off. This is my jam. I don't care. That person gets no love.
And
Like,
because of your character, right? And people who know you, once they start seeing that, they like, oh, I don't know what happened, but I ain't rocking with them either.
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's what my brother
if you
said.
mad, we mad.
Shout out to John. That's what my brother said. He said, man, that came on the radio and I turned that off because what? My sister said, we don't rock with you. I don't even know what you did.
And you know, if we was really petty, we could have called people that we know like work in the radio. Don't play that one no more.
Okay.
Don't play that one.
And this is why.
Yeah.
But you know, like you said, when your character's so strong, you don't even got to get a why.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, you mad? Oh, if you mad, it got to be merged. You know what I'm saying? It's so funny because I was telling our son, and we done got off the top with the support, but we don't bring it back.
Let's circle back.
So I was telling, I was in Ypsilanti or Ann Arbor area. For those of y'all that don't listen, we are in Michigan. So Ann Arbor is when our youngest son was born, he had a lot of difficulty coming into the world. So he was at a hospital for like 12 days. But at one point they was telling us that he wasn't even gonna make it out the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So they took him down for some tests and we went to get something to eat. And I was actually going to pick my mom up from that same hospital and I passed the McDonald's that happened at. So I was telling my son, like, man, I remember your dad threw some food at the lady. I'm sorry, y'all. It's funny now. It wasn't funny 12 years ago, let me tell you. But I said, she messed up the fries. He asked for large and the fries wasn't large. I don't remember if the fries wasn't large or the drink wasn't large. The drink wasn't large. The fries was large, but the drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vice versa.
So you asked her, you said, okay, so what verbiage am I to use to make the whole meal large? And I don't remember what the lady said.
I don't know.
Oh,
I didn't like that.
She said, I don't know, but it's 20 more cents, right? So DTM get frustrated. He throw the food in the window, give my money back. So my son said, man, I'd have hopped out the car and gave it to her because how you make Pops mad? Because for those of y'all that don't know, DTM is a very calm spirit. I'm really the one that's the firecracker. And he actually calms my spirit. So whenever he gets upset, those of us around him tend to get more upset because it's like, how you upset him? He don't even get mad. You know what I'm saying? So I was just laughing because he like, no, man, because when you get upset, we have to just say, Mama, it's not worth it. Just calm down. Because like I said, I'm a firecracker. I tend to get upset. Not as easy as I used to, but it don't take much.
Right.
So, but for you, it does take a lot. So when you get upset, but that also, like I told my son, that also tell you got to be careful how you treat people because it wasn't about the meal being large. Yeah, it was about,
they get it wrong every time.
Yeah, it was about the fact that we were so worried about our baby, who at the time was probably like 3 days old, because KD Tupac'd herself. I checked myself out the hospital. I had to have an emergency C-section. They said you got to stay here for 4 days. I said, you a lie. Sign them papers. I'm out of here. My baby at a whole nother hospital. Bro, what? Let me out.
Walking out with head bandages.
Listen, you're going to take this IV out or I'm going to take it out. Either way, I'm leaving.
She was trying to bite it out.
I didn't. They took it out. My doctor let me go, but
Talking about
reluctantly.
you promise you're gonna be
Right?
okay,
He like
baby.
made me pinkies.
I was like, wow.
Bro, so the hospital our son was at is a very big hospital. Shout out to U of M. But it's a huge hospital, and he was like, you have to swear to me on everything that you're not gonna try to walk around. The doctor looked at my husband and said, promise you're gonna put her in a wheelchair. DTM said, I try. As you can see, she don't listen well. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I did. I listened because once I got there, I had never been there.
Right.
Right. So once I got there, I said, damn, this is a pretty big hospital.
And I'm going back and forth like I'm in the helicopter. I got to drive and back to, man, that was about a 45, 50. It felt like a 4-day drive.
It was a long drive.
But yeah,
Okay, but circle back to support. My bad.
yeah. And that was very supportive for them to, you know, accept the food that I threw back at them and gave my money back. And we went and we found a different spot to eat from. But I live my life like that, man. I treat people because I'm like, I don't know what these people going through for real.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna see you for a minute, so let me try to be a light. You know what I'm saying? And in whatever situation you got going on, that's kind of how I live my life, man.
Yeah. And I work in customer service, so I work at a pharmacy, but I do work in a call center. And I remember the doctor had called me and gave me some not so great news. And as soon as I got back on the call, a gentleman on the phone said, "I hope you die." And they hit different when
You feel like you might,
yeah, like you know what I'm saying. You never know.
as if anybody's living forever. I'm like, you actually, I will at some point. Not exactly what I don't know what day, but I'm going to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know, it's like if you already heard some bad news and then somebody say something like that, like, bro,
yeah,
you imagine if you would have said that to somebody's face and they would have just punched you.
yeah, yeah. And then people be like, they just snapped. No, they was already over the edge.
That's what I'm saying. They already
edge.
at the edge and you pushed them over. All I said was, you don't know what people going through.
Yeah.
You just blew your horn at them and now they shot your car up. Stop blowing your horn at
Stop
people,
blowing
bro.
your horn at people.
Well, hey, watch a movie called Unhinged. Okay, I watch a lot of movies. Watch a movie called
Another plug. All right.
Watch a movie called Unhinged. That lady blew at that man and he made her life a living hell.
So you know what he was going through.
Exactly. Dog had just caught his wife having sex with his best friend. Killed
mean,
them.
If we're gonna do plugs, we gotta talk about like changing lanes was similar to the same thing.
It was.
Yeah.
That's the one with what's the
old man?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, he been old since the 60s.
Since we was kids.
he was
It was. He
was in the 60s looking 60.
Dog cut him off. He got a flat tire. He ain't even know he was on his way to fight for custody of his kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah. All right, babe. We gotta go back to support.
All right, let's go. What we on? Talk about it.
All right. So, speaking of support, like what do you do when, not just financially, but what if your partner don't believe in your dream at all?
To me, I feel like that's a test, though, right? So, I feel like God gives you the dream.
Mm-hmm.
He don't give it to anybody around you. So, if you continue to do it, it's kind of like, okay, we're gonna tie this into relationships too, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like you had a friend, I have a friend of the opposite sex, and because of my history, you didn't believe in that friendship, but because I fought for the friendship and proved to you that it wasn't what you thought it could have been,
Mm-hmm.
and it was something different, and slowly but surely you started looking at it differently.
I mean, that literally happened, right?
I'm giving you a real life scenario. That's what I'm
like,
saying.
For those that don't know, on our other podcast, Relationship Reality, our co-host actually was DTM best friend originally.
Right.
They went to high school together. DTM and I didn't go, even though we've been together since high school, we didn't go to the same high school.
Yeah.
So
this was before social media, so you had to really be creative out here.
So DTM does have a sketchy past, which we very openly talk about.
Yeah, we hot on this show. Just so y'all know, we hot. All right, humble, open, and transparent.
Talk about it. Initially, when you introduced me to her, this is my best friend. I'm like, bro, I don't. No, it's not. But DTM did say like, no, it is, like, for real. And 20 years later, now we all friends. You know what I'm saying? But it was a rough
but
She'd tell you, she was like, "Ooh, she don't like me."
and it's some things like KD also had the same thing where she had a male best friend, and I come from a past where that wasn't a thing,
Right.
right? For some reason, me as a man can be friends with a woman and it be nothing. But my woman can't be friends with a man and it be nothing because of what I seen. It
Right.
doesn't really correlate together,
Right.
but that's how your mind works. And she fought for her relationship. She's like, no, that's my best friend. We no. It's nothing ever happened. Nothing ever will happen. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, man, whatever. But it took me a minute to actually sit back. For one, she fought for the relationship, and for two, I got a chance to actually see for myself. And just like women can feel things, we're not gonna call it what the women like to call it, but just because they can feel things, men can feel things as well. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And you get a certain vibe from a person where you can kind of see like, okay, this might be legit. You still don't trust everybody, but because we had some other sketchy situations like
Well,
that.
I will say I did. I had a friend that it was strictly friendship on my side of things, but on his side of things it wasn't. And you did warn me about it, but because I didn't look at him that way, my assumption was that he didn't look at me that way.
Right.
Especially since I once dated one of his friends, and I was cool with his baby mama, so I felt like we were off limits to each other, even aside from just being friends, because I'm cool with your child's mom, and because you cool with one of my exes. I just would think, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
like what's it called, guy code, girl code, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that everything should be everything. So when he tried to cross the line, I was devastated. Like, one, it hurt my feelings because I thought we really was just friends, and he showed me that he wanted more, and I was naive and blinded to the fact that this nigga really liked me.
You know, it's crazy. Like, and I look at situations like that, and I be like, man, God is really intelligent when he put us together, right? Not us as a relationship, but us as human.
Mhm.
Because the same way you looking out of your glasses right now, right? You got a different vision. You know what I mean? You might be 2020. You might be. I didn't even know it can go past 2022. And these years later, but whatever your eyesight is, it's a different eyesight than the person that's sitting across from you. It's a
Right.
different vision that you don't see than the person that's sitting across from you. So even though you was looking at him in a 2020 vision of this is just friendship,
Yeah.
his was a 1620 saying, nah, I'm just waiting on my shot, waiting on my
That was
opportunity.
crazy. And then this said person hooked you and I up.
Right. He hooked us up first. And then, but I
Yeah, we
mean,
was together because I did call you. I called you. I was crying. You was like, "What happened? What happened? What happened?"
oh yeah, I knew it was coming. So do we give the backstory of too much, or are we gonna
No, we
go?
can.
Okay, so when we first got together, before we got together, Katie was talking to one of the coworkers there, another coworker,
Yep.
who
I was
was
home. I was
also
coworker
cool,
hopping. I'm just
who
playing.
was also cool with this quote unquote friend at the time,
Right.
and we would all be kind of standing next to each other, and the friend would say certain things that my east side mind couldn't really, you know, I couldn't really fathom. Like, what are you
Bro.
talking about? But the boyfriend, well, I don't even know if you call him a boyfriend or not,
I mean,
but
I was his girlfriend, but he wasn't my boyfriend.
he wasn't saying nothing. So I was like, well, maybe that's how they get down on the west side, because I can't get with this, right? So
You know what? Dog was from the east side.
who the friend?
No, the coworker.
No, he wasn't. He was probably from like, you know, East Point or something. Like,
He's
he wasn't
Gross
he
Point.
wasn't from the east side of
Gross Point
Detroit.
Woods.
Yeah, he wasn't from the
He
east
just
side
took
of
94
Detroit.
East to get home.
Yeah, no,
All right.
we no.
He did live in the suburbs though.
Yeah, I know. I
I don't
know.
know if he grew up in the suburbs. He was older than us.
He spent a lot of years to
Because he was
where
already out of high school. We were still in high school.
R. Kelly book, man. He was trying, but he would say things that would
He
just
wasn't that old. He was like
uh,
19.
I mean, that's how he was. That's how R. Kelly was when he was with Aaliyah.
But I was 17. I
Okay,
wasn't
she
14.
was 16.
Moving along.
All right, so he would say things that would just strike me, and I was like, we don't play like this. And that's what really gave me. I said, "Oh, you doing this to who I thought at the time was your man?" You know what I'm saying? Like y'all cool like that. So I was like, "Nah, I can't, nah, not doing it." And I feel like he kind of pushed you to me because he felt like I was an easier win than the old head. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Old head had a car, he had a couple jobs, he was willing to give up money and all that. I need all this. I ain't got nothing but love for you. I got nothing but love for you, baby. That's it. I can't give you no bread right now.
DTM took me from that man with a poem.
That I wrote for him though. For him to give to
Tell him
you.
what happened, babe.
So she had a brother that was incarcerated at the time, and he had made her a very special bracelet that she held near and dear to her heart. Not too near and dear because she left it in my man's car one
Well,
day.
remember, we was at work and the store manager was there,
Mm-hmm.
and she made me take it off.
Yeah. So, but she made her take it off, but it wasn't too near and dear. She left it in my man's car
I did in the
and
glove compartment.
in the glove box. And when she realized that after the fact, she said, "Hey, I need my bracelet," and he lost it, or somebody took it, or whatever the case may be. We never know. We still don't know to
Still
this
don't know.
day.
It's still gone. I tell you that.
And so she was heated. So me, being the lover boy that I am, and trying to be a friend to, not a friend, but a good person. You know what I'm saying, to the people around me. I've always been into poetry, music. You heard the intro. You know what I mean. You hear the intro on the other podcast we do. You're gonna hear the intro coming on this one real soon. Just wait. But I wrote a poem for him. I said, look, this gonna get her back. Wrote a poem, put his name on the bottom of it, gave it to him to give to KD. He decided to give it to KD. She like, oh my God, thank you.
When the office gave him
Gave him a
old
big old
hug.
hug. I think she kissed him on
No,
the
I
cheek. I'm
didn't.
not sure,
No, I didn't.
but and he proceeds to say immediately, I ain't even write that. And I'm sitting here looking like,
He
you
said,
really?
"You know what's so crazy? How you can like visualize stuff? This, y'all, this happened
In the
over.
1900s.
It was in the
In the
1900s.
1900s.
This was over 20 years ago,
Over
and
25.
over 25 years ago. Yep.
It's 2026. Over 26.
Yep. 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 So DTM was standing at the what was that thing called where you put the chicken in after it was
The
done?
warmer.
The warmer. DTM was standing at the warmer, putting some chicken in the warmer, and he said, Dante wrote that. And I said, what? And I walked up to you. I said, thank you for my poem, Dante, and gave you a kiss on the cheek.
And back
I was out of control.
back then I was doing so much dirt. I didn't even care if people called me the wrong name because I wanted the police to look for somebody with the wrong name. I was good. I was good.
Yeah, I called him Dante for about some months. It was some
Yeah, it was
months.
definitely some
I used
money.
to now we've been together so long, we used to have house phones. And I used to call his house and say, "Hi, this is Keisha. May I speak to Dante?" And they used to give him the phone.
Like, yeah, there's only one person in that house whose name sound like mine.
But nobody
You know?
ever said that ain't his name.
No, we talked about it.
I'm saying nobody ever told me that wasn't your name until
Hey.
one day you got mad. I think he was having like a bad day, period, though. Cause I was like, "Hey, Dante," he was like, "You know that's not my name. Do you see the I? Does nobody not see the I?" And I was like, "What?"
Hey, don't cheat me out my eye.
How would you like if I called you Kesha?
You know, people be buying vowels. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm giving you mine for free. It's the I right there.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, no. So the poem back in the 1900s to 2026, boom, still here, still writing poem, still,
So you're an author. Imagine if I didn't support your authorness.
You
I
mean
made that up.
like read the books or because
What?
you be trying to buy the book, but I be telling you, no, I got one right here for you. Don't worry about it. But
But like, yeah, like, what if I didn't read? Like, I think it's so crazy because I've read your book. If you haven't, make sure you get that Pandora's Box. Indulgent in Pandora's Box. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Indulgent in Pandora's Box. I remember reading it as you were writing it because I was like proofreading it for it.
Yeah.
Right, I was proofreading it for you. But I'm reading it again, and I'm like, dang, I remember this. I don't remember this. I remember this. I don't remember this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm reading it again. But imagine if I didn't, how would you feel not imagine. How would you feel if I didn't support you or like share it or encourage people to buy it? You can hit us up and get it from us. You get it autographed or you can get it from Amazon. It won't be autographed from Amazon, but you can order it from
So
Amazon too.
to me, I feel like that's a dangerous territory, depending on the person. Now we talking about me specifically. I think I probably would be hurt, and I would say that because of how I came up, in life, to where sometimes I probably felt like I wasn't supported.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When I was younger, so at some point you start to yearn for support from your person.
Right.
So if you're not getting it, then you put yourself in dangerous territory where if somebody did come along and do it, they might have a
That's what I
one
was
up
gonna
on you.
say.
Because
I
we
was gonna
knew
say
we
that.
did this with music, right?
I was gonna say that.
We did this with music where um when we was doing music, some people wasn't being supported by their person, but they were being supported by a different person in a high capacity.
Yep.
And they started to lean more toward that person who was supporting because it felt good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we are accustomed as humans to do what feels good.
Right.
So that's a dangerous territory and game to play. And to be honest with you, especially in these day and age, support is minuscule.
Yeah.
To hit the like button or the share button, it literally take a second to do, and the person that you're doing it for feels supported.
Yeah.
You don't even have to watch the whole video or the whole whatever. You honestly don't have to know what you're talking about. Just hit it. Let somebody else get it who
That's
need to
gonna say
see
you
it.
share like okay. So DTM also does a wrestling spot and a wrestling podcast and a sports podcast. I'm not a fan of wrestling, and I do enjoy sports there. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
don't really like watching it on television, but I do enjoy being like at the sports places, like the
yeah,
arenas and the stadiums or whatever, right? But I share all y'all stuff. I don't know one wrestler from the next.
right.
I think the last time I even now I will say when y'all do y'all like pay-per-view
Live events and
live
stuff.
events and stuff, I'm there. I'm there. And I be into it. I don't really know what's going on, but it make you happy. So
Right,
I go. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But I share all y'all stuff. I don't know. I don't Becky Lynch from freaking Nivea, whatever.
And
whatever.
when you
I
do
mean
that,
Naomi. I'd call that lady Nivea.
right,
That's a
the
whole
singer.
singer.
But when you do that, it shows the difference between being selfish and selfless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And in relationships, it is extremely important to be selfless
Yes.
as opposed to being selfish, right? So this is when I'm gonna ask you a question real quick.
No,
I
no,
was,
no, no, no.
no, it's
No, no, no.
in the same
No, 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 no.
capacity as
I'm the
right.
interviewer.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
the interviewer. No, I'm just playing.
So in this capacity of what we're talking about, right?
Mhm.
I was listening to a very staple couple in the Detroit area, and they were talking about their relationship. They do a podcast. Also, they go to counseling. They have been on the brinks of a divorce
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
several times, right? Constantly, but they fighting through it, which is
Mhm,
the part that I love. I love when I see people fight for what they want to have, right?
mhm,
But one of the things that they were having a conversation about was the wife said she is in a new um season of her life
mhm.
where she have to put herself first,
Okay.
right? And he just have to understand that. So my question is, what do you think about that statement right there?
Um, maybe I don't know who you're talking about, but
It's one of our favorite Caucasian
oh, I do know
relationship.
who you're talking about. Okay, I thought you was talking about something else she said, but
The coaster,
yeah,
yeah, that was all in one, right? But
yeah, but for her, even I would say for women and men probably, but when you become a mom, you become second or third on the list, right? So now I feel like now that all of her children are adults, She like, it's time for me. Which I think a lot of women go through that, right? Where it's like, I want to do this, but the kid needs something. The kid needs something. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
now that they're all adults and out of the house, she like, it's my time. So I mean, I feel it. And it must be something where she felt like she never came first.
And so this is where my mind went, because I went immediately, not red flag, like they're married, so red flags it means different than marriage.
Mhm.
It's like alert, you know. But I think that's dangerous territory. And the reason why I think that's dangerous territory is because once you are married, right, as a husband, it's my job to put you first.
Right,
As a wife, it's your job to put me first. And in that manner, nobody comes second.
right,
But if I put you first and you put you first,
right.
now I'm getting
Well,
the second fiddle of
but but you're assuming that everyone's marriage is mirrored to ours, right? I don't feel like I need a season where I put me first. Because like you said, I feel like you put me first and I put you first.
right.
Right? That's our marriage. We don't know if that's the same in their marriage.
Because I always tell people, I put you first, you put me first. We put the kid first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that way, there's a stronger unit
Right.
that's putting the kids first and giving them a better shot at every area of life. You know what I mean? From emotional to etc. You know what I mean? As they're growing. So when I heard that, I was like, ah,
But it's like, okay, so if I'm not mistaken, she was a stay-at-home mom, right?
yeah,
So I know this from experience when I decided I need to be a stay-at-home mom because our son was, I don't know what dog was doing. He was losing his mind or something. So I had to be there 24/7 because he had to know, hey yo, you don't run this house, right?
right.
Being a stay-at-home mom, you never feel like you come first. I'm be honest. Even if your spouse is putting you first, you never feel like you coming first because there's always something to do for someone else, right?
Mm-hmm.
From the time you wake up in the morning, you take the kids to school, come home, you clean, you do laundry, you take snacks to school. Like it's always something for you to do for somebody else, right?
Right.
So when when you when you don't have that anymore and you actually have time to do things for yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now ain't no kids to take to school. Maybe I could sleep in. Maybe I could go get my nails done. Maybe I could go get my hair done. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm blessed because even when I was a stay-at-home mom, you still allowed me um those perks, right?
Right.
So I was still able to go have my me time, get my nails done, get my hair done, as long as it didn't interfere with picking the kids up, dropping them off, sports. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody don't have that. And it sounds to me, when I hear her talk, it sounds to me as if she didn't have that. And now she wants it. Because like she said, she got more years behind her than in front of her.
So and of course we don't have them currently to ask these questions to, right?
Right.
But my question would have been, was that something that you communicated that you needed, right? So like,
But sometimes you don't know what you need until, like, sometimes you don't even know you're missing something until you reflect on it, right? So why in the hustle and bustle of raising kids and sports and laundry and cooking and cleaning, and you don't even realize, like, in the past 25 years I never took care of me.
and then what? So and what I noticed, I got one of my little bros that is about to do what I'm finna say now. He does what I'm about to say now. But what happens is, if you're the person that's starting to put you first now, right?
Uh-huh.
At some point, I want you to feel what I feel about being neglected. So I'm gonna put me first now. And if I'm in I don't want to say a better state, but if I am in a spot where my first looks better than your first, now it's gonna cause friction.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Now we got other issues in the relationship that we didn't foresee. Now we got other people in the mix, because sometimes when putting yourself first, you end up meeting other people who
Yep.
put themselves first too, and you become more selfish as opposed to selfless, because I need something from you. You're not even around for me to tell you I need it, because you're
So
putting yourself first. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's why so many marriages end after the kids move out because raising these kids. So I have an aunt that's been married for
A bunch of years.
she probably been married for about 40 years,
Right.
right? So when you and I got married, she told me, don't ever stop dating your husband.
Right. Good advice. Great advice.
And I'm like, what?
Marriage material.
So at that time, we only had two kids and they were little. They were 2 and 6, 2 and 5. Yeah, they were 2 and 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
She said, when these babies grow up, you still have to know your husband. And she was telling me that from a place of experience because they raised 3 children, right?
Right.
At that time, their youngest daughter was she was a teenager. So she was probably like 15, 16, but she was not in the house as much because what happened when you get 16, right? You start driving.
Right.
So she was hanging out with her friends more and she didn't need them. She didn't need them to take her to mall, whatever teenagers were doing back then. So she said that her and my uncle had looked at each other and was like, "Who are you? Like, who are you? I don't even know you."
That's a there.
So they started dating again. But she was speaking to me in the place where she was in the moment, saying, "Don't get so wrapped up in doing things for your kids that you forget about your spouse. Because when they're gone, you look at each other like, I don't even like you."
Yeah. Yeah. That's what COVID did.
Yeah.
COVID exposed the lack of
Compatibility.
yeah.
Because as the years go on, and I think that's a question that we had on here. What do you do when you outgrow where is it? Help me.
It's on there. Let's keep going.
What does it say? What do you do when you outgrow your spouse without growing apart or something?
Yeah. Can you outgrow your spouse without growing apart?
But I think that it falling into there because you outgrew them and didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
we've been together for 20 some years and I don't even know that you don't like live music anymore.
Right.
So I plan a date and I take you to go see live music and you like, I don't even like this no more.
Yeah. And I think it's important too to say to limit the things that you do for your spouse or partner that only they like. Like limit that. You know what I'm
What you mean?
saying? So let's use wine for example. Let's say
Mhm.
only you like wine. I
Ah.
didn't.
Oh,
Let's
need more wine.
use live. You said live music. Only you like live music. I don't. Let's say um certain restaurant. Only you like really going out to eat. I don't. If I start this relationship out and I constantly do all those things and that become like our centered date night or date weekend, now we're doing nothing that I like or that we like. I'm just trying to convince you that I like everything that you like.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
not, and it becomes not fun. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like if you pretended that you like wrestling, if you pretended like that you like sports, if you pretended that you like certain music, and now you torturing through it. No matter how much fun you're gonna have because we are together,
Hmm.
it's still not an enjoyable moment for you to be at these type of events. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I say I'm not saying don't do it. I think you should do it. That's called being selfless. Again, we said, but don't do so much of it. You know what I mean? To where you overdoing it now. So what you think?
I agree. I do agree, but I also feel like if it's something that's for me, then maybe that's the time when it should be something that I like, right?
Yeah,
Like if it's my birthday.
yeah, most definitely.
Like taking me to wrestling for my birthday is diabolical.
Right.
Like, yeah, I'll watch it with you for you. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
and like I said, I do like it at like the events, like being at the live event or whatever, right?
Right.
I still don't want to do that for my birthday.
Right.
Taking me to Monster Truck Jams is always around my birthday. Don't take me to that shit for my birthday. I'll be pissed. Like, yeah, I like it I like seeing how much you like it.
Right.
But that ain't what I want to do. Like, I'll fight you. So, but I do agree, because guess what? If we only doing the things that I like, when do you get a chance to do what you like?
Yeah. Yeah. And the reason why I say do some of it is because sometimes we say we don't like things without even trying it, right?
Right.
And so when you do it without the malice in your heart, then it becomes easier to you give it a shot.
Right.
But if you're doing it with the intent of I'm doing this just for him, I don't even like this, etc., blah blah blah, then that's different. So, um, okay,
That was deep.
let's head to the last segment before we end this up.
Couples Corner.
Couples Corner.
All right, y'all. This is the question. My question is, what does sacrifice in a relationship mean to you? What determines what's healthy? What blah, blah, what what determines
See,
what's
and she was getting on me when we first started because I would be fumbling over words trying to. She was like, "Oh, okay, let me read it in. Come on, baby."
now I gotta start over. My question is, what does sacrifice in a relationship mean to you? What determines what's healthy sacrifice and what's not? How doesn't how does it help? Geez, how does it help you in your daily life? How did you come to apply these attributes to your life? Brent.
All right, it's my man Brent, man. He been on my head like, did y'all do mine yet? Did y'all do it? This you right here, Brent. There we go. Um, sacrifice in a relationship. We just talked about it throughout the whole podcast, actually, this one. But
Yeah.
it's important, man. It's important. I say sometimes you don't have the equal giving in a relationship, but you should always have equal sacrifice.
Yeah, because sometimes I give 100, you give 0. Sometimes you give 100, I give 0.
Yeah,
50-50, not reality.
yeah. But
50-50 can't be 100% of the time. Sometimes I don't have it, and you got to have it.
yeah. But that's why I say the sacrifice got to be equal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think sacrifice is important, because if we're not sacrificing, then only one of us are getting what we need, and that's not fair. And that's gonna probably lead to affairs.
All right.
It'll probably lead to like anger, resentment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, every time we go out, we can only do what you want to do. Every time we watch TV, we only watch what you want to watch.
Yeah. And healthy sacrifice to me mean anything that's gonna make my spouse better or us better as a couple.
Yes.
That's healthy sacrifice to me. Anything that's going to only make you better and it's going to bring your spouse down, that's unhealthy. That's unsafe.
Yeah.
Sacrifice. And again, that's a selfish sacrifice right there. So,
yeah. And I think you apply it to your life by knowing, like, okay, this is something that we need to do for us to make us better.
Yeah. So the application means, what is it that you actually want out of this relationship, right?
That's true.
So when you know what you want, then you can identify what you don't want.
Exactly.
And then you can know what to sacrifice.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So if my wife needs time, right, then that's something that I have to figure out a way to sacrifice something else so I can give her the time that she needs.
Right.
And that's how you get it, make it healthy.
I agree.
Successful. All right. So that was good.
That was hot.
All right. We're open and transparent. Don't play with it. Huh?
All right. Make sure y'all following us on social media at RRP. Is it _ network?
No, just RIP Network.
RIP Network. You follow me at your girl KD. Follow Coach DM at Coach DTM, and listen to us on all platforms.
Yeah, we taking over your Fridays, man. Share, tell a friend, like it. That's easy to do. Support. We just talked about that.
Share our reels.
We just talked about that. We got the reels going, and you might see a part in here that you like that
I was
gonna
say, screen record your favorite part and share it.
Share it. Let's go. Just do it for us. You know what I'm saying? As we grow, you grow. We're gonna grow together.
Period.
All right. It's your boy Coach DTM.
Your girl KD.
And this has been
Marriage Material.
Talk about it.
Peace.